Is Battle Butler's name a W? Winston, Walton, Walberton. Like, I didn't spend all that money on backwards karate classes not to use it. Like, giving head? We're not quite at that level of a relationship yet, apparently, for me to be making dick jokes. Sorry, Cinty. God, sorry. Sapna Nugget, son. Welcome back to Max Gentleman Sexy Business. Now, I have a post-it note here that says that I have to change costumes, which I keep on forgetting to do for everyone, so we're going to do that now. We'll probably put you back with steampunk unless we have something better. Steampunk, hair down. You look best with hair down, just until we can figure out what everybody's ideal outfit is. Now that bulge is... That's Max sorted! Don't click warrior. Yeah, I think student's the best for just now. The crown's rocking it. What was the hat again? You see, I like the hat, but I also really like the darker shade of lipstick on Bonbon, so that. Didn't we get a new... Oh, nope, you're fine. It's the default. You see, this is the thing. The costumes are not about what's the most suggestively appealing, per se, because otherwise, there's this one right here. And then we just have to blur Vicky for the entire rest of the playthrough. It's about what speaks true to their personality, and there's some that are very suggestive that we could put on, but it's not quite them, you know. We've not really done enough with some of these characters to have something good enough yet, which is my fault because there's so many of them that need to be dated. Where do we get? Snow. I mean, I do like the Anastasia look. Do I like it better than the crown? I think nope. No, again, default rocking the vampire look. Right, we've sorted outfits. What was it? Date everyone. Well, that's you fucking post-it notes everywhere. That's gonna take a while. I have 6 days to beat cash, or I need 700 gold. 700 gold it is. Oh, we're so close. Battle Butler. Oh man, we haven't had one of these in a while. Look at the amount we have filled up this field. We are equally so intelligent that we kept on outmatching each other at every point and turn. Now, don't everyone get too excited, okay? Cam, breathe. Breathe.
I'm at my maximum.
Thirst.
Here are my offerings.
I have some offerings that I need to deal with. Reduce gold production cost. Yeah. Increase all exec moxie. Reduced exec gala cost. I'll get this. And that'll do for this week. Another new asset. Oh man, the assets are getting low on this side. See merchant assets before you buy. But the thing is, the merchant access I'm probably going to want anyway, so... Seems like a bit of a waste. Limited time smart. I need to make sure... Gun and Pip. I need to make sure to, like, have enough sexy runoff to make sure I can buy these at all times. Here is your smut. And here is a censored image. Enjoy. Right, we've got one of these. I have so much money. Sir, there appears to be graffiti across the backside of our factory, and it's quite obscene. Allow me to track down the vandal and beat the crap out of them until they clean up their mess. Again, Pip. I can have the employees scrub it clean. Allow me to track down the artist and pay them to finish their dirty limerick. I must know what rhymes with mutt bowl. Gone for 2 days. Spend 36 gold, but 3 runoff. 3 runoff. Ah, who cares? All you do is riot for 5 minutes. Right, but we have a date with Pip.
I need a breather.
Available. No introductions. Pip Whipple suddenly bursts into your office, accompanied by a set of police officers. Oh, sir, it appears Pip Whipple has arrived. I believe she wishes to speak with you. Battle Butler, she's already in the route, but it's fine. Actually, Mr. Butler, if that is your real name, I'm here to speak with you. Can we figure out his real name, please? Officers, restrain this man. What's going on here? Would you care for some tea? Is this about that elephant I had him punch this morning? I can explain. It was for lunch, okay? I was feeling peckish and I wanted some elephant. God, you try to swap to fresh range and... I can explain it. We're all well aware that the elephant had diplomatic immunity, but that doesn't excuse his poor manners. 2 officers surround Battle Butler. They attempt to pull his muscular... I'm just adding words in now. Pull his massive, muscular, hench, beefy arms behind his back, but they can't gain an inch. Oh dear, this is most irregular. The officers struggle against Battle Butler's immovable arms, putting their whole body weight into it. He pays them no mind. Most irregular indeed. Perhaps you're wondering why I, Pip Whipple, amateur detective extraordinaire, would wish to speak to an unassuming butler. Unassuming is a bit harsh. Not as harsh as what I'm about to say. The officers resign themselves from moving Battle Butler and simply handcuff their wrists as the uncertainty of this action is clearly visible in their eyes. Sir, I have infallible evidence, irrefutable evidence, proving once and for all that your Battle Butler is our culprit. Look, Battle Butler is a lot of things. Rewind to all the descriptors of just his arms. Master criminal... No. She walks in close and whispers in your ear. Do you trust me? Of course, as far as I can throw you, which is pretty far. You are exceptionally tiny. I'm not sure, but I am curious as to see how this plays out, or smile and nod and press the button under the desk that releases the lawyers. Look, after everything that we've been through, despite all the attempts to burn people and houses and just generally break the law in every aspect of the word, I do trust Pip. So yes, you can throw me around later. Pip, I've got work to do. I've gathered 3 key pieces of evidence. The letters, a letter, and Deus Ex Machina. What would you like to hear about first? The letters... the letter, and then the letters. Sir, you will recall the letter which was discovered in your accostorium after my... Oh, that letter. Alright, I thought you meant... Was it a P? A D? X. Xylophone murders. After my last visit. I remember, yes. Maybe was it important? No, I was pretty drunk. I remember, yes. I will describe it again nonetheless, because this is the part of my monologue. The letter in question was a vague threat towards a non-specific person to admit guilt when pressed. It proved that we are dealing with something bigger than we first suspected. The letter, sir, was signed by the cryptic W. Is Battle Butler's name a W? Winston, Walton, Walberton. Let this stand the test of time, that I should never be allowed to name any children. The most sinister letter. Indeed, but it's so much more than that. At first, the letter W holds no special meaning, that is, until we turn it on its side. M. Malcolm Milford Morton. Thus, it becomes the Greek letter sigma. So, aha, or it looks more like a capital A. Aha! I see you share my keen investigatorial insight. Sigma is, of course, the 8th letter of the Greek alphabet, and with the 18th letter of the English alphabet. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, Z, wait, R. I totally didn't have to count all the way through the alphabet again. Precisely! The 18th letter of the English alphabet is the letter R. Rupert! Shut up, man. Which just so happens to be the final letter of butler. God damn. God damn it, Pep. Of course, I'm convinced. Guilty. I feel like perhaps that's a bit of a tenuous connection, like at best. Barber. Milford. Of course, I'm convinced. Would you like to know more? No. No, the letters. The letters as addressed to a sir or madam, implying that perhaps more than one guest received the same threatening letter. Actually, now that I think about it, threatening letter does have a certain battle butler connotation to it. I had my too much saliva in the salivary glands. I had my suspicions, so I thoroughly dug through everyone's trash the following day, as I am permitted to do as an amateur detective extraordinaire. There were exactly 11 letters, one to each of the fine gentlemen and ladies we gathered in the room that fateful evening. Did I have all my associates that night? Or was that pre? Because is there not 12 in total? Because I didn't have. I don't know. I don't know. This game begins to blur at some point. Apparently, I've been playing it for 100 days. My suspicions were true. Everyone in that room was being blackmailed. And now for the grand finale. Bring it home, Pep. You got that. You set it all up. We've had the monologue. You've displayed all the evidence. Battle Butler is not restrained in any way, shape, or form. But you got this. Come on. I myself oversaw the construction of the Ecostorium. What I didn't tell you is that I installed my own personal surveillance system, which totally exists here in Victorian England. That's right, I had my crime-solving pet mouse. That's right, I had my crime-solving pet mouse, Basil, the great mouse detective, inside the walls. Deputy Officer Julius Cheeser saw everything that transpired that evening. I hadn't expected to need his testimony because it takes him a really long time to use the typewriter, but this morning I awoke to see he had submitted his report finally. It's been a month and a half. He described that the butler was seen distributing the blackmail letters before everyone arrived. Well, that doesn't look good for him. Guilty, guilty, guilty. What court wouldn't believe a mouse that can use a typewriter? Good Victorian England. Well, that doesn't look good for him. Indeed, surprising absolutely everyone, it turned out that the butler did it. I've used my connections at the police station to arrange for his execution to be moved up to right now. However, it's actually going to be more like 3 weeks from now by the time you get enough staff to actually take down Battle Butler. I trust you know what you're doing. Now, hold on a minute. You can't just kill my butler. This is getting interesting. What do you have to say for yourself, Mr. Butler? Indeed, I distributed those letters, but I am unable to deny my guilt. Excellent. On to the execution, then. The most important that we wrap this up right away. My life is in service of the sirs, always. If this is what you want, sir, I shall die with honor. He's always too eager. Justice must be done. I'd like to see them try. I understand what's going on here, but I don't understand what's going on here, rather. But I do trust Pip. Very good, sir. As he is your butler, it is only customary that you choose his means of execution. Let's see. Drowning. He loved the ocean. Hanging. It's only humane. Let him get out of the way he lived, fighting wild animals. Bless you, sir. Battle Butler grabs the police officers by the back of their collars and carries them out, following Pip to an awaiting police convoy. You all take a pleasant ride down to the zoo, where the police prepare Battle Butler for his battle to the death. Ah yes, here we are, time for an execution on this obviously guilty criminal. Pip looks around nervously as the police corral feral lions, tigers, bears, ostriches, and a beached whale into the enclosure surrounding Battle Butler. Indeed, time to end this man's life for his crimes! 3, 2... any last words? Let's get on with it then. Battle Butler impatiently kicks the cage doors open and is immediately piled on by various manner of wild animals. No, wait! Just then, a voice calls from a distance. Stop this madness at once. You? Wilford Whipple. Gonna need a drink to deal with this one. No, this is all wrong. The butler didn't do it. None of the evidence points towards him. I knew it. I didn't want to believe it, but I knew you were behind this. The W on the letter, it stands for Whipple, but not me, rather, that is the initial of Wilford Will Whipple, my father. Meanwhile, Battle Butler is enjoying the time of his life. I've been saying it was Whipple all this time, sheesh. What's going on? So, should we save my butler? Or, look, we all know Battle Butler don't need no saving, alright? I've been saying it's Whipple this entire time. You were never supposed to find the letter. I set you up so that you couldn't fail. Now, look what you've done. You staged this? All of this? Yes, well, not the part where you execute an innocent man. All the other suspects would have just believingly brought their way out of jail, because, you know, again, everyone's exceedingly rich. How much did I pay Battle Butler? Probably not a lot. And why did you suddenly move this man's execution to today? That's not how due process works. Speaking of, Battle Butler bursts from the pile of beasts, triumphantly riding a bear. He rides up to the edge of the enclosure and leaps to safety, gently patting the beached whale as he goes. Pardon me, I couldn't help but overhear the current situation, so I decided to stop my execution while we sort things out, if you don't mind. I've caught you, father, and boy, am I pissed. Once I realised I was being toyed with, I decided to set a trap. Isn't that right, Mr. Butler? Please don't be cross with me, sir. It appears I may have deceived you. Battle Butler, do I need to get the whips again? West Whipple approached me some time ago to request my assistance in a rather unorthodox scheme. I suspect you were behind this, father. I figured I would put an innocent man's life on the line. You would step in before it was too late. Close enough. You got me. I faked a murder to give you something to investigate. And solve. I knew it. You have always so supportive. I could die. What about the dead man? But what about all the other suspects? Have you no shame, sir? What about the dead man? Oh, merely a professional wig swallower. Times are very tough for the professional wig swallower in Victorian England and in the present day. So they take any work that they can get, alright? Do not judge. I don't want to see anything shaming wig swallowers in the comments, alright? It's a proud profession. Oh, merely a professional wig swallower who perished during the course of his duties due to an unfortunate but common workplace accident. We, as a society, do not pay enough attention to the hazards of professional wig swallowing. Exactly! Get out of my face! I can't believe you've done this to me. Again, you always do this. I'm sorry, Pippy Bear. It's so cute. Just leave! Mr. Whipple and the police officers head out. Pip, meanwhile, has stomped her way over to a corner and now sits with her arms around her knees, scowling. Want to talk about it, champ? No, no, no. It's Peppy Bear from now till the end of time. Dads, huh? Hoping that's not the way for a big-time detective to behave. You want to talk about it, champ? I'm just disappointed. And my dad, and myself, and the whole dang situation. Sure, I figured it was him eventually, but not before I had to make a fool of myself in front of everyone. Excuse me. I've always wanted to be a detective because of the adventure and the romance, but I also wanted to do something real for a change. Growing up rich, there's not a lot of room for gritty realism, you know? Plus, looking like I do, people just never take me seriously. We can set you up with some proper armor. I get no, wait, sorry. Sorry, Pip, we can't. Everybody hated that outfit. I apologise. The sword was cool. I wanted to prove I could do this for real on my own, with the help of my trusty partner and a smattering of trained animals. I know my dad was just trying to be helpful, but this only makes things worse. I grew up reading my father's detective books, and you may not know this, but my mother is the chief of police. I've always looked up to her, and she always understands why I'm in her office under arrest almost daily. I just wanted to do the whole bit, the detecting, the monologuing, the arresting. You could always arrest me, I'm sure I've done something wrong. Chances are multiple things, actually. I'm probably a wanted criminal in everywhere bar England at this point. You know what always cheers me up? Arresting my butler. Why don't we arrest the one behind the whole damn charade? Your dad! Arrest me! It sounds like fun. Arrest my own partner? I wouldn't think of it. Besides, over the course of the investigation, I feel like we've really bonded, you know? What would I do without you now? Perhaps being a detective isn't all about dramatic speeches and deciding who to arrest. Maybe sometimes it's about not arresting people? After all, we really investigate the hell out of this case. A lesser duo would have fallen for my dad's lies, but not us. So the murder wasn't real. Who cares? That doesn't make our detecting skills any less formidable. I gotta thank you, sir, for sticking with me through all this. Without you, I might not have gotten to the heart of this conspiracy. And even though the final verdict makes me feel kind of sad, well, that just adds to the air of gritty melodrama that every good case needs. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to go chew out my father for faking some guy's death. The faking part wasn't... The death part wasn't faked. He did actually die, but... Anyway, but don't think this is the last you'll have heard of Pip Whipple. You'll be hearing from me soon, and when you do, we'll solve a real mystery together. With that, Pip skips off to swear at her dad. Interesting! Updating to sexual. Censorship peacock. And we're done. Now, look. Pip is tiny at a ridiculous 162.6 centimeters, but I don't think I want to chastise her with putting her in this. She's not quite fairy size, but damn is she adorable. Wait, actually, no, wait, wait, student, and... Wait. It actually does give her, like, pointy... There we go. Bang, sorted for now, until we've come up with some other terrible assortment of clothing. We have 10 Kingsmen. Jolly good. Just for you. Time for the final district. Everybody in.
I'll do it. More.
Bon, calm down, please. And that is another district conquered. What did we get again? Oh, that's why I don't have new lunch dates, because I haven't got it yet. That's why. And now for another visit from everyone's favourite smarmy asshole. Cue the music. You feel a presence standing right behind you. Do backwards karate. Play dead or turn around slowly with an incredibly horrified look on your face. Like, I didn't spend all that money on backwards karate classes not to use it. Your blows strike a solid wall of abs. Your opponent does not flinch. I was about to say battle butler, but apparently it's Angel full body, which makes me even more worried. Nice to see you too. Angel, you wouldn't happen to be working. Okay, you should be careful approaching me from behind. I might have killed you. Oh, it's you, here to collect on a loan? If so, I'm not here right now. Oh, hi, I put my pants for nothing. No, you're all paid up for now. I've been standing on the sidelines for long enough. I thought it high time that I take a more active role. I conferred with your butler, and I'm fully aware of the events that transpired in your last run-in with Cassius. So then you know why Cassius is antagonizing us. So you know that my great-great-grandmother was a bad gal. I've already forgotten everything. Could you give me a recap? That one. Yes, but here's the thing. I'm not so sure that Cassius is telling us the whole story. Do you think it's mistaken? You really think someone would do that? Just go to my dungeon and tell lies? I mean, it might have been roleplay if we were in any of the sexy-related dungeons. It was just the basic bitch regular dungeon, so, you know, there wasn't any real roleplay. Actually left feeling quite underwhelmed, if I'm being honest. It sounds like you know something. He may be misleading us, but I'm not certain even he knows the full truth. I'm just going off of a hunch here, but when he told his side of the story, he cited his source as his great-great-grandfather's journal. Which, yeah, you know, I also did think it was weird that it was like great-grandfather's journal, and then, yeah, he lost all his faculties. So it was like, okay, so how reliable is said journal? But what about the other side of the story? If we could see your great-great-grandmother's accounts on events, it might change things. But all records of my family that far back were destroyed in the Great Horse Fire. Not House Fire. That was 66. The Horse Fire is 67, however. Oh man, do they run when they're on flames. But I didn't even know I had a great-great-grandmother. I thought I came from a long line of rich orphans. Okay. But we keep all our family records in the old haunted mansion in the hill. No one goes there anymore. Horsefire. That's what I thought as well. However, as it turns out, one of my black market contacts has just informed me of a very curious item. A long-lost journal of a great explorer. Your ancestor. Great-great-great-granny... Jean. Gasp. Gertrude, I was close. Great-great-gammy Gertrude's journal? Gasp. Great-great-gammy Gertrude's... Gasp. Great-great-gammy Gertrude's journal? Snort. Great-great-Nana Natty's journal? Or choke? Great-great-Mama Marvel's journal? Mama... we have to get our hands on the journal. I suspect Marvel's side of the story will shed some... I was choosing the name. Why? I was choosing the name. Why did I do this to myself? We'll shed some light on this whole situation. The journal is going up for auction tonight, but this won't be one of our fancy everyday shindigs. No, it's being sold at an underground market. How underground? You underestimate me. I have many shovels. Battle butler, sure. We'll get there in no time. I'm cool. I got this. I love slumming it with poor, dirty folks. Sure. Why not? I can work with this. I have some experience with the workings of the underbelly of the city. I can guide you through the events if you'd like, but you'll stand out like a sore thumb at a hand model edition. How would you like to go about this? I'm rich, I'll just outbid everyone. Stealing from a criminal is essentially reverse crime. Culprit. Let's just rob whomever buys it. Can't we seduce our way to the journal? Apparently there was nothing else said. That's the plan that we're going with. No, look, Angel... Normally, when I discuss these kind of plans, my executives and my staff usually rebuttal because I'm stupid. Angel hasn't been around much. Angel leads you on a journey through shadowy alleys and hidden backways, deep into the city's underbelly and the secret underground meeting hall. The people around you are seedy figures cloaked in shadow. They regard you with a skeptical look between their secretive whispers. Angel elbows you, rather painfully, in the ribs and nods towards a rough-looking man, roughly the size and shape of a large icebox, covered in scars and laughing loudly. My contact told me that the man who buys Marzel's journal here for the audition. Why did I choose Marzel? Why? What was it? Navi? I don't remember. He works as a fence for one of the local organised crime groups. Word of the day is fence, a criminal who sells stolen goods on behalf of other criminals and usually takes a cut in between. We just need to intercept him and distract him, offer him something a little more personal than all this business. I have my own diary from my teenage years, stuffed full of embarrassing anecdotes and bad poetry. I bought my childhood teddy bear, Second Lieutenant Reginald Cupcake Fitzgerald. I want to keep the teddy bear. I brought pictures of my family and could regale him with stupendous tales of vacationing. Nah, I'll go with the bad poetry. I don't want to have that anymore. Angel did not like that suggestion. Again, it's usually a rebuttal, not just an ellipses. Not what I... Fuck. I meant fucking. Once he's spent, he'll fall right asleep, and then we grab the goods and run. So, who's going to do the dirty get diary? I violently volunteer to saddle up with that steer-shaped criminal. Any chance he's your type? Could we just jump him and grab it instead? Any chance he's your type? Actually, yes, and he looks like he'd probably survive. Probably? You heard me. Again, we don't spend a lot of time with Angel, but I'm definitely interested to learn more. Angel runs a hand through her hair, throwing back her shoulders and striding directly to the fence. She grips him by the collar, elbowing past his cronies, and leans in close. You, me, 2 pairs of handcuffs, a pull cart made of mules, and a tub of butter. Now. Blink of an eye! Angel's dragging the man out of the crowd and out of the hall. She shows you a wink and a nod towards the stairs. As you wait outside and try to use some of that butter that's flying out of the window to block the noise, you and the rest of the neighbourhood are treated to an indescribable caterwaul of noise from the room where Angel's taken the man. Sorry, you're going to have to Google it yourself. I accidentally clicked off of it. Apologies. She emerges an hour later, looking a little more refreshed and with a diary in hand. I know, don't tell me. I made it look easy. Having retrieved the journal, you and Angel abscond back to your estate to read its contents in private. Dictionary. Abscond. To skitter off into the shadows, usually with ill-gotten goods. As you slowly read through the pages, Angel impatiently snatches the journal from you. Give it here, I'm a speed reader. She flips through the pages. May 4th. Thaddeus Villianaire and I have made a curious discovery. Whilst playing a game of cards with the crew, we had an uncanny winning streak. Thinking it only luck, we returned to our quarters for the night and found the relic we'd discovered glowing unnaturally. Terrified at first, we decided there must be some odd property to the stone we do not understand. We are not to tell the crew, as they are a superstitious lot. Superstitious, belief in the supernatural. If the number 13 makes you nervy, you may be superstitious. Hate to break it to you. May 5th. It happened again. We've only been at sea 2 days, and the crew have already lost all their spare coin to Thaddeus and I. I suggest we return our winnings, but Thaddeus protested. We are still weeks from home, and I do not think it wise to travel with a crew that despises us. The rock was once again aglow when we returned to our room. Keep listening. I'm bored. Skip to the good part. Keep listening. May 6th. It was an uneventful day overall. Interactions with the crew were sparse as we decided to give them some room. Strangely, the rock did not glow today. May 12th. I barely believe this as a writer. I must further test my hypothesis, but I believe that the glowing of the rock is somehow tied to our good fortunes. I struck up a conversation with the captain and we decided to play a friendly game of dice. I won every time, as had been observed from before. Upon returning to my room, I noticed the rock was glowing once more. The rock always glows when fortune smiles upon me. I can't wait to tell Thaddeus. May 13th. Are you nervy? To test our theory, we lent the stone to the captain. As before, his luck was a matter of fact. We couldn't win against him in a single game. The captain suggested we throw the rock overboard, but of course we could not. Thaddeus seemed quite excited about the potential uses for this stone. We decided to name this godsend stone of good fortune the Sinterclaus. May 18th, dear God. The crew, they turned against us. Apparently Thaddeus had been sneaking out in the night to further test the stone's power. Notice how the plot thickens. It appears that while wielding the stone, he can influence the actions of the crew. They claim their actions are not their own and it terrifies them. It seems the stone does not grant us luck, but we've unwittingly been using it to bend the will of those around us to act in our favour. I'm not comfortable with this violation of agency, and neither was the crew. They've trapped us in our cabin, but thanks to the power of the la, Thaddeus is keeping them at bay. May 20th, Thaddeus and I have been fighting. He wants to use the stone to force the crew into submission. I keep trying to convince him that's deeply wrong. He also keeps trying to sell me on the idea of using a stone to do whatever we want to whomever we want. I fear the powers of the Sanctus Lulala has revealed a darker side of Thaddeus. I no longer recognise the man I once loved. Thankfully, he has not yet thought to use the stone on me, but I feel that that is only a matter of time. May 22nd. We've left him. Oh, what have I done? No, I did what I had to be done. Thaddeus was out of control. He told me his plan to use the La Patala Flula. The way he spoke, his thoughts, they were diabolical. There's no doubt in my mind that if we had not stopped him, I, somehow able to write in text that jitters on a paper journal, had to keep him from the stone. The crew and I planned it. We made a deal to leave Thaddeus and the stone on that island. What I didn't tell them is that I kept the stone. It's too much power for any mortal to wield. I can already feel the allure of its power creeping into my thoughts. When I make it home, I'm going to seal it away deep beneath the estate. That's the only way. No one should have this power. I'm so sorry, Thaddeus. I dearly hope you'll be alright. It stops there. Well, not really. The rest of the journal appears to be tragic poetry about her and Thaddeus Villeneuve, and a bunch of recipes. Oh my god, my gran had a book just like that. It was like a diary for like the first half, and then it was just random recipes. Oh god. So Cassius' ancestor was the bad guy all along. You would think it, obviously, with a last name like Villeneuve. This redeems Marzel and lets me off scot-free. Huzzah! I fell asleep. What happened? This settles it. We are the good guy. Angel, I don't know how involved you feel in this, but okay. We are the good guys, and Cassius must be stopped. All that's left is to defeat him and take the stone back. No biggie. I believe in you. Now, let's finish this. We're on to the final district. And I have so many people to woo.
The final district.
Hey, that's what I said.
Give it our all and utterly defeat Cassius.
Let's do it. Later, maybe. Now, if we beat Cassius, we just get victory and revenge. Obviously, no more trinkets and doohickeys and whatnot. Just revenge and victory. Lunch date. Oh, Cinty. Okay, wait. Thanks, I hate all. Oh, I thought it would tell me exactly what they like. Okay, so they don't like. We know for a fact that they hate all. They don't like green. They don't like mild. They don't like sugar. Your Sinterclaus, Santa, milk. You have to. Otherwise, we have been very offensive for millennia. Let's go average and black. Pretty good, but don't make it strong. You didn't make it strong enough. Okay, so it needs to be stronger. Fighting only advances when you click the town square. Oh boy. Yeah, I'm gonna have everybody. I've got to have everybody on gold production. I need to make sure that we hit 700 just to be sure that I can extend it another week. But everything should be fine. Everybody working in the gold. But just look at how much we're earning. Jesus. I have 1,000 gold. Oh, I forgot that I also have this to do. Sir, the rodents got too close to the fire eater we hired to boost morale. I'm afraid the entire underground escape tunnel was burnt to ashes. Well, how would you like to proceed? We could try crushing the ashes into diamonds and sell those to fund the construction effort. It's cool. I'll pan them off to Fanny, and she could just put a bunch of ash between her thighs and just the residual pressure while turn them into diamonds. I say we burn down what's left and claim the delicious insurance money. We should probably start by compensating those lost in the fire. That will give me a lot of that. That spends a lot of my gold. That gains me gold. And that gains me money. I need more gold. Now that I have... Oh. Gold's nice. But costume... Oh, wow. That's... this is a lot. Oh, gun. Guns all sorted. Everything's fine. Why are you looking at me like that? Don't you judge me. Let's get me see how well you know me. I need the cheat sheet for this as well. Wouldst I rather burn down an entire library, stop your foes from taming forbidden put, back out of a duel to the death because you know there's no way you can win? I don't feel as though Sinti's a coward. Leave your own birthday party early or call the cops on delinquent teens. No, Sinti would show them himself their wayward ways. Spend the holidays with only the worst members of your family or sell company secrets to undermine a friend's business. You would spend the holidays with anyone, Sinti, right? One. Pity. It was a pity one. Oh crap! I've not been doing battles. Whoops. I've been too busy getting massive amounts of gold. Only one executive may be assigned to height. That's fine. Pep. You show them a thing of truth. Oh, we have so... Okay, I'm gonna have... Right. We need to start dating, alright? We need to start focusing on our dates. However, I did set out what I wanted to do, which was extend this for another week. I only need 800 gold. I still have 719 just sitting there. 725 just sitting there. We are set. I could send... nope, I'm not going to waste that much time. We are sitting the prettiest that we could possibly sit for quite some time. Let's deal with that for just now. That can run away, run the gauntlet just now, and we'll go on dates and various other shenanigans.
Sinti, flirt with Sinti.
I should have just stuck with insults. Insults are the way to win. Flirt with Sinti!
Flirt with Sinti.
I didn't peg Sinti. I didn't peg Sinti for the gloating type. God, do you know what, Sinti? That's it. Revenge. Revenge is we're going on a date. There we go. That was a much more pleasant noise. Sinti! Businessmate, hi. Sir, Sinterclaus has came calling. There were a merry jingling of bells upon his arrival. It quite startled me. Merry afternoon to you, sir. Forgive the intrusion, but after our last encounter, I couldn't help but... Wait, what's this now? Is that a frown I detect upon your comely visage? I often frown. It's kind of my whole thing. What? No, that's just my face. Sorry, I thought I smelled a fart. Comely. Fair enough. Our next word, visage. Your exterior forefront of your carnal region. Or the face. I often frown. What of it? Well, I understand that the value of maintaining a specific look, perhaps to scare your staff or whatever reason you may have, but I could only assume that you wouldn't frown in private company without reason. Perhaps it's a cry for help, subconscious or not. Tell me what's been bothering you lately, my dear. Well, Santi, I don't want to give the head, but... Business, not of the sexy variety. Acute sexual frustration or the inevitability of death. Where's the all of the above option? Business, and not of the same. Business, but we are wealthy, my good sir. Business ought hardly to trouble us, and yet I understand all too well. It is far too easy to become caught up in the monotony of one's personal finances and lose track of the bigger picture. Tiny, trivial bits and bobs. What you need is a sense of perceptives, and I have just the thing. Giving! Like, giving in exchange for goods and services? Like, giving head? Or, like, taking, but you do it wrong? Like, giving head? We're not quite at that level of a relationship yet, apparently, for me to be making dick jokes. Sorry, Cinti. God, sorry. Never mind. Sometimes. But in this case, I think you need to get out of your head. And onto someone else's. No, my dear one, what we need is a charity binge. Oh, I can't wait. We'll give gifts, perform acts of service, and just generally bring joy to those around us. Sure, I'll try anything once. I don't see how this helped me, or this feels like an elaborate scam to take my stuff from me. Sure, I'll try anything once. Wonderful! But where to start? Let us give gifts. Let us help people. Let us spread good cheer, or maybe we just sit and cuddle again. Let us give gifts. Indeed, gift giving is a marvelous way to lighten the spirits. It reminds us how much we have and how much we gain when we give it away. But who shall be the lucky recipients of our gifts? My loyal butler. You, my devoted maid. Interesting, interesting. So, there was 3 options. There was spread joy, give gifts, or do a service, and I've been given 3 options. So, it's like fuck, marry, kill. Who do I want to do what to what? Who do I want to give gifts to? Battle Butler. A cracking idea. Your butler has deserved you well. Show him how much you appreciate his dedication. A truly wonderful gift comes from the heart. What do you think he would like? A bouquet of swords, his own butler, our lifetime supply of cheesy popcorn. No, he prefers buttery popcorn, a bouquet of flowers he would love. Interesting. Well, I suppose you know him better than I do. Let's see how he likes it. My very own basil bouquet? Oh, sorry, you shouldn't have. I realise we both have the same voice. I'll put it on my windowsill next to the skulls of my enemies. Well, alright then. Well gifted, sir. You see, does it not feel good to please others? Who shall we do next? Spread good cheer. Let's help some people out. Are you still going to let me choose? Because I feel as though I want to help Business Maid. I want to let Business Maid take a day off. You know? I want Business Maid to take a day off. Maybe go hang out with Bon Bon. You know? Our old friend is in town. Give her a day off to go see them. Let's help people out. Brilliant. Like I always say, helping others helps you. But who should we help? God fucking damn it. If I had known, I would have helped. I would have given some to Business Maid. I did realise also, by the way, that I can repeat dates to get the other answers, but then we would be playing this for years, which would be just... oh, the worst, right? Yeah? No one understands why I like this game. The poor hungry souls down at the soup kitchen. Old ladies! I hear they're always having trouble crossing streets. Let's find some lepers and wash their feet. I step out of the soup kitchen. An excellent idea. Have you ever volunteered at a soup kitchen before? Oh, heavens no. Once, on accident. All the time, baby. Once on accident. Then you'll have some idea how marvellous a time we have in store. Let's go! You spend a few heartwarming hours cooking and serving soup to the less fortunate. Somehow, against your keen rich person instincts, you feel something warm bubbling up from within you. And your heart grew 3 sizes that afternoon. Perhaps it's the good feeling that comes from giving without expecting anything in return. Perhaps it's gas. Do you feel the joy coursing through you? No, it's just stuck just now. What shall we do next? Let's spread good cheer. Great, this is good cheer. Sorry. Yes, yes, to bring joy to everyone who crosses my path. That is my sole mission in life. But how best to spread good cheer on this fine day? Let's go caroling. Let's drop sweets from the dirigible. Let's paint the town red and green. Let's drop sweets. Why use a dirigible when we could use my...
Oh,
Never mind. Yes, a dirigible sounds grand. There's so many secrets being kept from me. You climb aboard your private dirigible, a thing which all rich people own, and soon sailing over London, tossing fistfuls of toffee and candy down to the streets below. Again, you would have called it sweeties, not candy, because that is not what you call it. You know, so few good things fall out of the sky. It's usually just rain, snow, baby grand pianos, and bird shit, and of course, chamber pot leavings, up until recently. It's been over 100 years since people emptied their leavings into the streets. A further example of why the rich should only travel by dirigible. I just assumed poor people were into that. It's been 100 years. Yes, I meant in general terms. Regardless, it's splendid to be able to drop something pleasant, if only for a day. What's the point of spreading cheer if we can't receive their gratitude? Ah, yes, I can just see their faces now, covered in dirt and pummeled by falling toffee. I don't feel any different. Perhaps we need to drop something heavier. That won't be necessary. If you listen carefully through the screams, you can hear faint laughter. I just love giving, don't you? As the day's activities wind down, Sinterclaus turns to you, smiling. How are you feeling, sir? Have you enjoyed our day of charitable activities? It was tolerable. I would rather have been cuddling. Cuddling who? Oh, I hope you didn't cancel a date to spend time with me. Ah, no matter. I can see my efforts fell short of their desired effect. Perhaps it would be better if, next time we met, I focused entirely on your needs. Mayhaps, Cinty, mayhaps. I still haven't sat on your lap and tell you what I want for Christmas, and winter's about to end. How does that sound? Rad, fine, I guess we'll see. Indeed we shall, sir, indeed we shall. Until next time, Santa Claus boards his carriage and departs, jingling all the way. From the dirigible? Now... not the look that I feel is... it's quite Cinty. And with another rival thoroughly slain, I think that we will end it here for today, with me buying an extension of another week immediately. We have 13 days. I hope that doesn't make you feel uneasy. But anyway, that's your whack for today. We will be dating so much, because we are on our final district. I would say that this is a reasonable goal. I would like to get every character to at least level 4 before we end this arc. Act, part, chapter. Milestone it how you will. I want to get everybody to at least level 4, and then we'll move on to the third chapter, which I do not have a single fucking clue what it's going to be. I don't know who it is that's going to come out of my great granny that stole a fucking dinosaur boned dildo or something. I don't know. But we will find out eventually. But that's your whack for today. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, battle the subscribe button, like the video, keys your banter in the section down below, all that jazz, and I'll catch you nuggets in the next one, alright? Cheery bye. Is Battle Butler's name a W? Winston, Walton, Walberton. Like, I didn't spend all that money on backwards karate classes not to use it. Like, giving head? We're not quite at that level of a relationship yet, apparently, for me to be making dick jokes. Sorry, Cinty. God, sorry.